start. To these Billy Strum cards and now they rip me apart. Now they run around in circles like them kids in the park. Not afraid of the dark.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Where the road to immortality begins for most teams, we're underway from Wild Card Weekend. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Hurts comes out throwing. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
This one's up there, but a little too far up there.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jonathan Jones makes the play. And the Commanders have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
They'll throw first play here with Daniels. His first throw is an interception. Sidney Brown makes the play. And the Eagles can only get the return up towards the 10 before they're taken down. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down. They go to Barkley again. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
He sent a man in motion. Toss play to Barkley. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. On on fourth down. Hurts. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
1st and 10, around to Robinson. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. A type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd and 8. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. And the defender comes away with it. That is Lewisine. And the Eagles will take possession at their own 35 after they track him down on the return.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
The play fake now Hurts to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for an Eagles first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On first down, Hurts. He's got Devontae Smith. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Hurts now from the gun. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's on the move. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And the Commanders, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Brushes him off with ease. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
When he gets it forward, it's still about a yard out of that. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Daniels. He's going deep. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Play fake here, Daniels. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. They're going for this. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And they make the tackle at the 38. Yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side from being able to reach that marker on fourth down. That was impressive. New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Again, Daniels to the air. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
That's caught for the first. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Shotgun snap to Daniels. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. They're out and set. First and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time. They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap for Hurts. It's Dotson on the catch. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. All down that time by Jonathan Jones. Second down now, 7 to go. Hurts looking to throw. Completed left side to Smith. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 40. They'll come up first and 10. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Forced out to his right. Ooh, he misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Hurts setting up to throw. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? But it chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Throwing here, Hurts. He finds him beyond the marker. That'll be the 1st and more. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles tie this game 7-7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Second and 6 coming up here. Another carry for Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Catch is made down the right sideline. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked out by Quinion Mitchell. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Second down, Hurts throwing again. Taken in by Smith. And he's going to step out a yard or two short of the 30. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. Throwing off the play fake here. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Right up the gut. Jukes one defender. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
Gosh, I love that creativity of the play call. Name of the game is putting the ball in the hands of your best, your playmakers, creating matchups for them to take advantage. And this time, not as a receiver, but as a runner. That is job well done.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That was Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. So it's 2nd down coming up. Back to throw, Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles get some late points and the lead. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Daniels off the play action. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. On 1st down, here's Daniels. Cut at the 10-yard line. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here. From the gun, it's Daniels. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the...
And that's a Washington touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. Hurts now from the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles get some late points and the lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This will end up as a touchback. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Daniels on 1st down. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
That one's cut on the left sideline. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So that brings up 2nd down.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make it impact later.
Seibert's kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. All right, Brock, that was enough of a break. Back to playoff football as the 2nd half of our wild card game gets underway. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Daniels from the pistol. Complete. It's McLaurin. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Daniels now. Finds his target, Robinson. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They kick the running back in motion. Running right side by McLaurin. Keeps out a one-stop. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's Robinson up the middle. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Von Miller. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. First down from the red zone. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Again, Daniels to the air. And they pick him off again. Sidney Brown makes the play. And the Eagles take over once again after forcing his 4th interception of the night. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick. You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, a better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Hurts trying again on 2nd down. He's got Smith. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Offense in the hurry up here. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Devontae Smith, the intended target. So it'll be 2nd down. Hurts throwing again. I know it's great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business Separating from the gun. Here's Hurts. And the streak continues. Another one hits the ground.
So many coaches love third downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. He's back to throw. And they won't do it. So that falls incomplete on fourth down.
You know, these fourth down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Play fake here. Daniels. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. He was looking for Terry McLaurin. And it's going to be 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Chased out to his right. On the run, oh brother, it's another interception. Cooper to Gene in to pick it up. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Handoff headed right. Barkley. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Oh no, they get him yet again. That's Justin Simmons. And the Commanders will have it right at the opposing 30 after the interception and that return on top of it. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
On 1st down, they'll run. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
Didn't take a rocket scientist to know, Kate. They wanted to get the ball in this guy's hands any way they could, not just in the passing game, and he just showed you why. This defense not prepared for his impact on the ground.
Escapes the pocket. An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. He needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And it's a gain down to the 5-yard line. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Quick pass, right side, complete. Touchdown, Washington. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talked about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but Hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
It's all lined up. And that one is going to go out of bounds. Wow, they're going to get great field position out of this. First and 10 from the 41. A play fake now hurts to throw. Goddard makes the catch. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's a Philadelphia first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Here's Hurts. That pass complete to Goddard. And he's taken down at the 30. We're down to one quarter before we determine our wild card winner. It's Eagles football, and they trail. Need to fight to keep their postseason going. First and 10 now from the 30. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now they face second down. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
And he runs this one down to the 22-yard line. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. On 4th down, Hurts buys time, rolling right. He connects downfield on 4th. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. 2nd and goal now, 5 yards more difficult following that penalty. Hurts now from the gun. Oh, no, the ball is loose. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down the distance.
Hurts now on 3rd and goal. Flush down out to his left. Throwing on the run. Intercepted in the end zone. That's Justin Simmons.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice. Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays. Because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
Robinson on the inside give. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Now Daniels off the play action. Makes the grab in bounds left side. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Daniels on first down. On the move, headed right. They did it! He made the interception! Cooper to Gene in to pick it off. And the Eagles have some new life in the fourth.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Offense to the line for second down. Hurts. He's on the move. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along your routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Forced out to his right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Back to throw, Hurts. Able to get it to Barkley. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Now a pause to attend to an injured player, and this is a worrying sight. It is Saquon Barkley who was hurt on the play. On first down, Hurts. This finds Smith. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's second and 5. Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. First down, and they go right back to it. And he's not going to get anything, as that brings us to the 2-minute warning. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw. He rolls to his right. He's keeping it. He doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
They send the tight end in motion. To throw. Oh, he lost the football. And they jump on top of it. Oh, a clutch recovery to clean up the mistake this late in the game. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. A lot of pressure on this kick for Jake Elliott. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Looking good, and it's through. And they've tied it up late in the fourth.
It's such a confidence builder to a sideline, to an entire team, Kate, when you can rely and trust your kicker in these big moments. He tied it up, and now it's incumbent upon his defense to do their job.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Robinson. And they needed more than one defender there. Powerful runner, stopped for just 1 yard.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Setting up to pass. That one's cut along the left sideline. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And the Commanders will have a first.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Chased out to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throw away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here he is to throw. Oh, no, the ball is loose. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You know, Kate, defenders today are top. Don't just go get the sack. Go get the sack and the fumble. It's become an art form. Making that strip sack, and that play was a masterpiece.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Able to find Dotson here. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Taken in by Smith. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. This game now resting on the leg of Jake Elliott. 1 for 1 so far. This is from 40. That one is good. And their postseason starts with a win as they take this wild card game. So the Eagles will fly out of here with the road.